Hey YouTubers, hey, I'm looking to sell some of my low-end automatic knives as a set here. I have 6 automatic knives here. These are all low-end, made in China, but you know they're pretty good functioning knives. There's kind of a different selection here. We have some hidden releases, which are the 2 on the right, and then the 1/3 from the left is also a hidden release. The one to the far left's I'm sorry, there's 4 hidden releases. The second to the left is also a hidden release. The one to the far left is an OTF out the front, and then the middle one there, kind of to the right, is obviously a switchblade Chinese, cheap little Italian switchblade knife. Let's see here. I'll go through these real fast. I'm asking $100 for the lot, so for all 6, and I'll pay shipping. Just coming in a little USPS little box. There's only 6 knives here, so they're pretty easy to ship. So I'll go through them real fast. Okay, talk a little bit about them. This one over here, it's a hidden release. It's got a clip on the other side. It's a decently made knife. Some of these, Chinese knives some are better than others. Just the springs are better. They function better together, and some don't function as well. Most of these, I believe, are pretty well functioning knives. And so to release this, you just push it kind of where that release is there. So it's actually a dual function. You could thumb release it like that, and you just release it here, just like a kind of standard knife would be. Kind of drop that, but the other way would be see if I can get it down here without dropping my camera. The other way would be just right here by this little section of the frame here moves to the left, and when you move it to the left, push it back, and it pops that blade out pretty fast. This is a pretty nice little one for a low end one. Right there, and it just pops right out. Again, you just kind of push it down here. Sorry, I'm using the camera to hold I'm using my other hand to hold the camera. Push it in, snap it in. Again, it's right here. And it's kind of like a wood finish here on the side. It's got a clip. And they're no name knives. They're just Chinese ones. It goes pretty good. I like it. The screws, you got to kind of watch the screws to make sure they don't fall out on you. I would use some screw tightener in there, and you got to figure out what tightness you want the knife. So I'd play with it a little bit. If you get it too tight, it won't automatically open, or it won't automatically open very well. You have to take the little clip off the screws there. But yeah, that's the first one. Let's go ahead and go to this one. This is another hidden release knife. You can always tell by how they obviously where you push at, because where the blade's at. So it's pretty nice little. It goes pretty good. I mean, for a low-end Chinese knife, hidden release. What's nice about the hidden release is in your area, if you can't carry an automatic knife, that's why they do these. Is you can maybe get away with carrying a hidden release. And so this whole reason why they came out with the hidden release is like if you're in, say, California and you can't carry an automatic knife, you could carry a dual action pocket knife. This one looks just like a regular pocket knife, and it's got the little thumb, the thumb push out thing on it, which is standard. But the hidden release, it's pretty few law enforcement officers would actually think that would be an automatic pocket knife, and so same with this. Hidden release is the same spot, kind of right above where the wood there hits the metal. You just kind of push in again with your thumb, and obviously you're hitting the back side of the knife. So even if you get hit a little bit, it's not going to cut you. It's just going to bump your thumb out of the way, and you just push it in, and it pops right out. So that's that one. Those are those 2. Those are both hidden release. Our next hidden release, I like these knives. They're not very expensive, but man, they feel good. They got a clip on them. You know, one thing I would say, you know, my experience is the screws will come out on these things, and I've had that happen, and I've lost one because I lost the screws. But if you use Loctite on them, I think you get the screws in the right spot, and just so they're not going to move on you. This is a nice knife. I mean, for as little as these things cost, you know, it's a pretty nice knife. You know, it moves pretty well. I mean, that thing goes. You know, and it's, you know, it's pretty sharp. I wouldn't say it's super sharp, but you know, it's pretty sharp. I mean, I would use this. You know, if I worked in a warehouse, man, I would carry a knife like this. I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't think twice about it. This is, you know, and again, you could probably get away with being a hidden release that the law enforcement guys aren't gonna catch on to it. So it goes pretty good, you know. So I got to do all this with one hand, so without cutting my fingers off. It goes pretty well, you know. Pretty good little hidden release. It's another hidden release. Not sure, those springs in those three are pretty good. You know, this one, I don't know if the springs is good. It's not quite as good, but it's not bad. I mean, I've seen way worse, you know, and so some of these are hard to kind of clip in there. And this one, you kind of, you know, it's kind of this thing right here. If you get it moved around, sometimes it won't clip in. You know, these aren't high-end knives. You know, they're just what they are. You know, and so it's got kind of like a wood finish on this, I believe. Wood outer there on that thing, but this one, you know, it's not bad. You know, I have others, but I kind of took the ones I thought that worked pretty well here. You know, but it's not a bad knife. It says, let me see if I can get that focus, Amarillo, whatever that means, you know. And so there's 4 of them. Those are all hidden release knives, automatic knives. This is an out the front knife. Again, Chinese made, not a high-end Chinese made one. I wouldn't say it's the lowest one I've seen, but you know, but it's not high-end as well. But it goes pretty good, you know. Not a lot of, you know, not a lot of blade play. A little bit back and forth going up this way, but not a lot left to right. So, you know, and these sometimes will come off track. I haven't seen this one really do it, but if they do, you just pull them out all the way, and it snaps, and you get them back on track, and then it will go back. You get it back in there, you know. This one's all metal. It's got a little star screw, you know, functions on it. I mean, a star screw. Let me look at it. Yeah, might be rivets. Kind of hard to tell with the light. But you know, it's not a bad knife. I mean, pretty cool out the front knife. You know, for a low end. You know, out the front. So there's those 5, and the last one's just a low end Italian Chinese switchblade. It's got the lock. It works pretty good. You know, I like it. You know, this one's kind of like a, I don't know what they call that finish on it, but it's like a darker metal finish on it. You know, and it goes pretty good. You know, it's obviously, you could see the I've seen some others like that, but if you see how it kind of fits on there, it's not rounded into the metal part of the frame of the knife there. It's kind of blocked more, so it kind of gives you an idea what this says. And it says, see if I can read that. No, it says China on that side, and it says Italian Milano. I don't know if you could read that at all. Italian, nah, probably not. Camera's not very high end here. Italian Milano on that side. But, you know, it goes pretty good. To release these, you just push the sheet down like that. It's kind of, I'm using one hand here, so you kind of just push it back down, hold it in. The lock works well. You know, right there, takes it away. It's got little brass rivet design. You know, for a low-end knife, these things work. You know, I've carried it for a while, you know, and obviously this one, everybody's going to know what this is, a switchblade, so you got to kind of make sure you're not carrying that where you can't be carrying it. But But it works. It releases. You know, I got my one hand here doing all this. You know, it's a nice little knife, you know, for a cheap little Chinese thing. So I got 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 automatic knives. Looking for $100. You know, probably you know, figure out how we can do it. Maybe PayPal or check, either one. You know, we can probably figure it out. But send me a message, and actually you could text me if you want at 360-980-3980. And once these are sold, I'll just make sure I put that pretty commonly that these are sold in the description. So 6 knives, $100, free shipping. Send me a text or maybe comment on the video. Thank you. Bye bye.